Gentlemen, live from Houston, Texas, it's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of MarriedDate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber Neal. Are you ready for it?
What do you say?
It's on.
Hey guys, it is Working Women's Wednesday. It's your girl matchmaker Amber Neal, and today, boy, do we have a good show for you and a great guest. We're super excited. Today, guys, we are talking about why high-value women are single. What's going on? Why can't high-value women find love? So today, to join me in the conversation, I brought in my best-selling author, philanthropist, speaker, motivational speaker, clothing line creator, bad girl all around. I'm about to cuss, you know that. Y'all give it up for my co-host, Kadori.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're going to have a great show.
Yes. And to my left, guys, he is the man with the plan. He is the most in-demand DJ around. I would tell y'all where, but they're not endorsing me to tell y'all. So, but just trust and believe. If it's the biggest names in Houston or really global brands,
really,
he's your man. So, y'all welcome in my Working Women's Wednesday co-host, DJ Houston.
What's up? And you know what? She may not say the name, but I will tell you, starting next Wednesday, I will be back at my residency downtown at Lawless Spirits and Kitchen for happy hour, 5 to 8.
Wow.
So if anybody wants to come out and mingle, y'all guys come out, see your boy DJ Houston. And if you want to know any other places, you better go follow me on social media. So let's go ahead and get to our very, very special guest over here. She is a very motivational speaker. She stands up against domestic violence.
Legislation changing.
Amen. She is not just speaking about it, she is making changes is what she's doing. And give it up for our girl, Miss Jamie R. Wright.
We
Welcome
love
to the
having
show,
you on,
Jamie.
Thank you for having me, y'all. It's absolutely an honor, always.
You're so
Always,
fun.
always.
I
So
just love her
fun.
energy.
Beautiful inside
Right.
out.
I love her
Yes.
energy. I love her little
Yes.
she does this like signature pose when she does pictures, and she probably doesn't even really, right? I was like, she probably doesn't even realize it, but I was looking through her pictures yesterday, like, oh, which picture am I going to use for the thing? And I was like, all of them got this, so it's got to be something where I can see the peace sign. 'Cause
Absolutely.
that's her. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, today, guys, we've got a really fun topic, and ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? Just real quick, because I think we have about 5 minutes before we go to break. What do you guys? Let's go this way to this way. What do you think, Kadori? Why do you think that high achieving women can't find love?
Well, one of the things that I know a lot of women say, and I probably said it too, is that because of the standards that you have, you feel like no one meets those standards, that they've narrowed down so low that the pool of candidates automatically are excluded. So it just makes, women feel like there's not anybody out there that can meet their standards. That's a big thing. So they're dreaming of this perfect guy. I believe it's a perfect guy, but it's going to take
Fantasy
some time.
world,
Yeah.
The plane,
It's going to
the
take some
plane.
time. It's going to take some time.
Okay.
I think.
What do you think, DJ Houston?
Honestly, I think it's because men are too damn intimidated by a successful woman. They can't handle the fact that, a woman can go to work now, make more money than them,
That part.
bring home the bread, and still have kids and take care of their household. Men are intimidated by that. And I don't know why. I mean, in reality, I wish I could find a man that would be able to work, bring home the bacon, and tell you, I'll take care of the house all day long. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get it. I don't get why men are so intimidated when somebody's more successful than them. It's like it's like a pissing contest to them.
Yeah,
It really is. And I hate that you women have to go through that. And and it's hard for y'all to find love because some man wants to just be in his ego.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They're just in their
It's a
ego.
contest.
Exactly.
I always say that anytime you compete with a man, you're going to lose.
Period.
So, I mean, that's what it is. I know for myself as a very high-value woman, if I say so myself, I always find men that want to compete with me. They want support. What do you think, Jamie? Why do you think that more high-value women are alone right now?
I mean, and I'm only speaking from my
Yes.
perspective. I don't have the time.
Ooh,
Right?
yes.
So to be high achieving, whatever that looks like, and it's different for different people.
Yeah.
For me, I literally am always on the go doing something intentional in support of domestic violence,
Right.
elevating the consciousness of my community,
Mm-hmm.
supporting my children, trying to be a good friend. So I literally don't have the time. And when I do come across, someone that might be of value, I mean, if it's kind of like you have like this window to kind of demonstrate or show me like you're worth me carving out the time of my purpose that my Creator put me on this earth to do. And if that doesn't happen, I'm going on.
So
That's called queen behavior.
I was gonna say that's settling, So, and I think that is definitely another reason why successful women are single, because they refuse to settle. They're not gonna just sit here and let some low life come up in here and take everything that they've worked
Well,
hard
a lot
for.
of them may have done that before, or they've settled on
right.
certain aspects of their life, and now they've gotten over that, and they've gotten used to, walking in their purpose and being really happy. Nobody wants to be sad and disturb that peace, because once you finally find peace, it's like, no, I don't want to not be peaceful again. So if you're gonna disrupt that, sorry, I'll be by myself. Sorry,
Absolutely.
not sorry.
And I agree with you, because I know I got them standards too. I'm not going to sit there and go any lower than what I expect. If you can't rise up to my level doing exactly what I'm doing now, and you travel, you speak, you make changes, you go to Congress meetings, you do all kinds of stuff to help. And if somebody on your level, there's no reason why you should have to go down to that level to date somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I think that's where the confusion comes in. What level are we talking about? Because let's talk about, shout out to Kevin Samuels, who is always talking about how women should have these crazy expectations from high value men, that men can do what they want. Men can cheat, men can do what they want. You're crazy, you're a 2, he's a 10. And he's literally, you're too old. He's, so he's basically saying that over 40, it's a man's world. And I agree on that part 100%, right? So we do play ourselves. But the problem is he's putting the value on the money.
Right.
Not the character and integrity and the soul of the person. So, ladies, before you listen to Kevin Samuels telling you that you ain't jack shit, make sure that you understand that his value system is about what brand, what labels on his collar that he probably borrowed from somebody. Yeah. So, here's the thing, guys. Today, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about why high-achieving women cannot find love.
Absolutely. And right before we go to the commercial break, I want to let everybody know our Matchmaker hotline is open.
Yay!
So if y'all guys got, you got a story about why you are a high-achieving woman and you're single, you want to share it with us on air, we got a 7-day resort for you,
Yes.
As somebody who's successful, why not have a vacation?
Yes.
On us.
3,500 locations to choose from.
Exactly. So all you got to do, call it, or if you want any advice, because as we said before, the Matchmaker hotline is for advice. It's a tool for you to use. Give us a call, 866-479-8752. Anywhere in the world, give us a call, toll free.
All right, guys. We'll be right back after this.
Maridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
It all started when one of Jen's friends brought her out to a bar and she didn't want to go out. She saw me and said she's going to marry that guy. Her friends thought it was funny. The next night we met. This was 2 days before Christmas. And then we've been together ever since. That was 2007. We hung out that night, didn't even know each other's names. And then eventually we started hanging out and got together. Got engaged January of 2008. Got married April of 2009. And we have 2 kids and a third that we just had a month and a half ago in May. So now we have 3 kids, own a business, been together for 14 years now, and no turning back from there. Everybody said we wouldn't make it. We've been through trials and tribulations, made sure that we always stuck by each other's side and took care of everything we're supposed to. We've been tested a lot. We have been tested hard. Other than that, we have enjoyed life. We travel. We enjoy spending time with each other 24 hours a day. Never a dull moment, never separation. It's actually been great.
Join Maridate today by visiting www.maridate.com. marydate.com.
Oh my God! I just got through watching a great show on Boss Up Houston Network. Have you heard? They're bossing up, okay? And I heard they're looking for you. Any podcasters, talk show hosts, if you're a writer or producer, we definitely need you. Come aboard and boss up.
Are you a small business owner that is struggling to promote your company?
Our topic today is what's your status?
Shoot the dice at this point.
You just shoot the dice. You roll the dice.
So,
Yes.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's Attorney. Victoria Blanco.
I love it.
Imagine being televised on a national platform. How about being a host or sponsor on a syndicated podcast? Or being featured on exclusive promotions and interview for your product to your ideal customer? Hi, I'm Kayla Sneed, and I'm head of sales with Boss Up Houston. And here at Boss Up, we like to help small business owners and entrepreneurs advertise, promote, or become a sponsor for one of our television, podcast, or radio shows. All you have to do is click the link down below to see if you qualify. I'll be seeing you soon.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Hey guys, welcome back into Working Women's Wednesday. It's your girl matchmaker Amber Neal. And I guess I should include comedian part too, because I really did write a book and nobody ever really believes me when I tell them the title. It's called How My Freaking Kitty Betrayed Me.
Cute title.
I ain't talking about a household cat. Okay? Meow. Shut up, bitch. Not tonight. Listen, guys, this book is really inspiring. And the true story is I wrote it a long time ago, and I really wasn't over the shame of it.
Yeah.
And today we are sitting with our friend, Miss Jamie R. Wright. Welcome into the show.
Thank you.
Welcome in. And my co-host, Kadori and DJ Houston.
Of
I was
course.
gonna start talking about you. Let me introduce her right before I start talking. But I'm rocking her shirt today because see, it's really about the shame that you're only sick as your secrets.
Yes.
And when I wrote this book, I wasn't, I love this from shame to self-love. And I love your shirt because just like your shirt, I love me hoodie. Every time I wear these kind of shirts, no matter, even if you feel like you're on that healed part of your self-love journey, it does something to you. So thank you for the shirt. It really just, every time I wear it, it just makes me feel really good. But it goes along with this book of How My Kitty Betrayed Me. At the end of the day, some people turn to drugs. Some people turn to alcohol. Overachieving is a coping mechanism.
Sure is.
And so is sex. And for me, it was sex. So for sex, it was like, hey, made me feel wanted, made me feel attractive. At the end of the day, it was, and being a hopeless romantic, the one thing I really wanted more than anything was love. Especially coming from abandonment issues and codependency and childhood trauma, I wanted love. I just wanted to love in a real family. So it's the one thing that you feel like you have to have in order to be happy. The enemy will use against you to keep you in chains and trapped up. So this is my secret. This is my dirty little secret. How My Kitty Betrayed Me. If you call in today, we'll send you an autographed copy. And if you want to get your copy, just DM me at the show, The Amber Neal Show, and I'll be glad to send that out to you guys. So check it out, get all my secrets out, and you can't shame me anymore because I'm over it and I'm healed. So today, guys, we're going to talk about why high-achieving women don't find love.
And if you women have an experience in this, a suggestion in this, a story you want to tell in this topic, give us a call. Or, men, you too. In reality, you may have a story that, hey, it happens, it really does. Give us a call on the Matchmaker Hotline at 866-479-8752. If you call in, we are going to give you a 7-day resort. That's for anyone that calls in today. We're not going to do first caller. We're not going to do second call. It's for anyone that calls in today. We're going to give you a 7-day resort. You get to choose 3,500 locations.
Yes.
Nice little vacation for you. I mean, if you want to take me with you, I won't object.
All right, let's jump into it. So before the break, Kadori, we were talking about, you were saying how you feel like one of the reasons that high-value women might not have someone in their life is because they don't meet your standards. What have you dealt with in that department?
Oh, God, where do I start? First of all, I just feel like once you're walking in your purpose, you're just on a whole different level from the average person because you're actually living your dream. So automatically it's going to be so unattractive when somebody come to you, especially the wrong way. Like, for instance, like I always talk about getting in that DM on Facebook. I just wish it was a way you could just accept people because, like, literally every week there's 2 or 3 that I have to completely block. They get in there, honey, baby, sugar pie, all this stuff, which I know you done already looked at my page. But then when I dare to click on theirs and look at their page, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, literally, you are nowhere near anything that I want or believe in. So it just makes me upset because people feel like they could just come in. I think people just think about sex a lot. That's really what I think. I don't know. You're a man. You tell me. I think most men, they think about sex. They ain't thinking about nothing else. But, you know, we talk about these toys every week. Okay? These toys out here. And I don't even understand
There's been
why.
2 losses on the show. I forgot we had this conversation about toys last time. Jamie's like, what's going on? We like to talk about
I don't even know
toys.
why they think that you need them now because you got the toys. And if you want the toys, they all like her. I saw a clear one the other day with some sprinkles, like a little fun thing. They had the water running over, and I'm like, that looks cute. But all I'm just saying is that if you ain't coming to the table with nothing, like, seriously, nobody has time to even talk to you. I don't even have 5 minutes. Honestly, like you were saying earlier, we're super busy anyway because we're walking in our purpose. So if you're going to come, then you need to come correct. But I just think it's just not a lot of men that meet those standards. Like, they're on a different plane than you. Like, you're here and they're over here, or you're here and they're down here. So it's just different. So I think that's it. They're just in different areas of life than you.
Yeah, totally. I totally understand that. We are, I think we need to take a quick break real quick. We've got a technical issue real quick. We'll be right back. Give us just a minute. Roger? Don? Was that you?
Maridate, Houston's first private social club for couples.
It all started when one of Jen's friends brought her out to a bar and she didn't want to go out. She saw me and said she's going to marry that guy. Her friends thought it was funny. The next night we met. This was 2 days before Christmas. And then we've been together ever since. That was 2007. We hung out that night, didn't even know each other's names. And then eventually we started hanging out and got together. Got engaged January of 2008. Got married April of 2009. And we have 2 kids and a third that we just had a month and a half ago in May. So now we have 3 kids, own a business, been together for 14 years now, and no turning back from there. Everybody said we wouldn't make it. We've been through trials and tribulations, made sure that we always stuck by each other's side and took care of everything we're supposed to, and we've been tested a lot. We have been tested hard. Other than that, we have enjoyed life. We travel. We enjoy spending time with each other 24 hours a day. Never a dull moment, never separation. It's actually been great.
Join Maridate today by visiting www.maridate.com.
Hey guys, so it turns out it went in technical difficulty with some old man can't read our recording in progress sign.
Somebody got lost. Who lost their grandpa? Okay.
Bad grandpa walking around on set over here running our damn show. All right, guys, we're going to go right back into where we were.
Live entertainment, guys.
Yeah, you gotta love a live show, right?
You really do.
Yeah.
I mean,
All the way live.
So before the break, guys, we were just welcome back into the show. We've got my co-host Kadori, DJ Houston. We're joined by a very special guest today, Jamie. All right. And today, guys, we're promoting my new book, How My Kitty Betrayed Me. And it goes right along with our topic of why high-achieving women don't find love, because Yeah, that distraction will get you every time.
Yeah, so ladies, if your kitties betrayed you, you can call in
Yes.
866-479-8752. And not only are we going to give you a trip to the 7-day resort so you and your new boo can get betrayed by your kitty again, but you can get a signed copy of Amber's book so that way you can learn how to lock it
And
up.
our disclaimer, we have no responsibility if that happens. Okay. All right, guys. So today we were talking to Kadori before the break. One of the things, Kadori, you were saying that you have dealt with is that it's just that I know you tell me all the time how many married guys try to come at you.
Yeah, just somebody the other day that was married in there again, and I'm like,
How do you
sir,
feel
you're
about that?
married. Like, I don't know. I don't even know why people get married anymore. I mean, I know people should love each other, but you really need to have a long talk with probably a pastor, therapist, and somebody else before you get married. And I don't care what age you are.
Yeah.
Because the people that coming at me, they in their 50s, 60s. I mean, you would think by now they would want to really have real love and really settle down, but they playing
Hell no.
they
They
playing
just
more
got the
damn
blue pill.
games than the 20-year-olds. They actually are worse. The 50 and 60-year-olds are actually worse than
I was,
the 20-something.
honestly, I was
They're
just about
actually
to say, they are really
They're
worse. Like,
yeah, they are.
my DMs are constantly full of people that are over the age of 60, and it just grosses me out. I'm sitting here like,
terrible. It's
you are literally older than my grandparents. Leave me alone.
And then what about the ones you said be married with kids and they trying to go and on the down low?
That's a different story, okay? I mean,
What do you think?
That's a whole nother ballgame. It's terrible.
One thing I like what Jamie said earlier before the break was how when you're in a queen energy, it's just like a king will recognize you, a Boaz
Right.
will recognize you, right? Isaac recognized. It's about being in the spirit. If you want to be a wife, you got to be a wife before.
Right.
Before, you know what I'm saying? Because your spirit, your energy don't lie, and that's the thing. Just in the same way as a queen, you can look at a man and go, clown,
Yes.
sucker,
Yeah.
player, liar.
Ooh.
And especially once you've let your kitty betray you a couple times with the wrong ones, you finally learn. What do you think, Jamie? I mean, because your shirt. Tell us what made you design the shirt.
Because it's the epitome of who I am, where I've been, and where I am today. You're
Right.
absolutely right, Amber. I think based on, and I just posted a article that I was featured in that talked about me being pregnant at 14 and having 5 pregnancies by the time I was 19. So I carried shame for a very long time. And I think it has a lot to do with the energy.
Right.
Right? When I was walking around unhealed, that was the energy and vibe that I got off, that I manifested into the world. And now by the grace of God that I've started my healing journey, because it's a journey, right?
It's
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
I would like to think that I vibrate at a much higher level, and not to say that I'm better than anybody,
It's
right?
not about that, right?
And it's not to ever say, especially the woman I am now, when I see men that that have the opportunity to start their journey too, I don't view them as clowns or anything like that anymore. I view them as broken, unhealed
Amen.
little boys that are grown. Some of them are fine, y'all. I mean, super fine.
Oh,
right?
You get distracted.
yeah, exactly.
But now I don't view them as whoremongers or jokers or clowns. I view them as broken little boys that deserve healing, the same healing that I got to get as a broken woman a broken little girl walking around in a woman's body.
Amen.
So I mean, it has absolutely everything to do with energy. Has absolutely everything to do with healing from the shame. Because I'm telling you, I would venture to say we all have shame. Because we all have had things happen to us. We've all done things to other people.
Yeah.
We all have something that we're carrying, or not carrying. We all have something that we are shameful about. But we also have the opportunity to, like you said, get on the other side of that shame and walk in our truth. And that truth equates to love, right?
Exactly.
It equates to positivity. It equates to just this beautiful life.
Yeah.
Back to the overachieving part, I look at these women and men that walk around and just are so broken and so unhealed that it is about, look at me, it's a facade.
Right.
It's not real. So that's why, as a high value woman, you might be high value on paper. You're no better than what Kevin Samuels is teaching men about money.
Right.
It's the same. Just because you have money doesn't make you a high value woman. It means you're a high earning. You could be a high earning piece of crap.
Right.
Amen.
And
Yeah.
the thing is that 85% of women, in this one study I saw, have a plan B guy. Women are like men in every sense of the word, honey, okay? So all I'm trying to say is, it's not, we walk around and go, well, I have this and I have this and you better have that. And if they don't, then we're turned off to that. But it's not about that, because overachieving is also a healing mechanism. It's also a coping mechanism. And that's what we talked about before the show.
Yeah.
Fake people, drawn to fake people.
Right.
Real people drawn to real people.
Exactly.
Because once you've healed, it's not about the judgment.
Come
It's
on.
not about trying to be better.
Right.
You recognize the brokenness because you know what you look like when you were broken.
Absolutely.
And that's all it is. So today, the show is not, it's probably going to take a little twist on you guys. You guys aren't probably really ready, because I'm going to come for your ass a little bit today, okay? We're going to Tough Love Part 2, okay?
I was gonna say, Amber, wasn't this supposed to be yesterday when
I
you was
know.
coming for people?
It's
You know what I'm
every day with me.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
somebody. So I'm going to jump into the next reason why I think that high value women don't find love is that it's there's a bunch of huge mistakes that we're making. Huge mistakes. So let me look at my notes, because so many. Okay. But right now, since we are human beings, there's gonna be flaws. And the last perfect person that I heard about was Jesus when he died on the cross. So who are you to sit here and go, well, you smoke, you're out. You don't have a master's degree, you're out. You watch too much TV, you're out. You have too many friends, you're out. You don't have enough friends, you're out. You don't like dogs, hell no. But the point is that these things are so important to you because you're unhealed. Because they're so important to you because it's about stature, impressions, people's opinions of you. You're focusing on the wrong damn thing, because what you really want is a king who supports you, values you. Okay, if you smoke and they smoke, yeah, I get it. I don't want to kiss an ashtray either. But at the same time, maybe you could be that person that they'll quit for before you just rule them out. Is it really a master's degree, or is it that they value education? I dropped out of college my first year, got pregnant in college. I never went back. I have one semester of college. College was never for me. Does that make me less high value?
No.
No, but I
Absolutely
can
not.
still appreciate and admire people that do go get their education. Doesn't mean that it's not a value to me. It just means we all made those different mistakes. And so now, one thing about this, when somebody has too few friends, I will just kind of caveat side note over here. If you meet somebody and they have no friends, run like hell.
Yeah, that's
I mean, seriously, because they have no relationships. That means they burned a bridge with everybody in their life, and especially if their own family don't mess with them, the whole family don't mess with them.
Maybe I just don't mess with my family. Okay.
That whole
All right,
family.
maybe I just cut them off. How does that sound?
I mean, okay, devil's advocate, but you know where I'm going with this.
I know.
So all I'm saying is everybody comes with their own quirks, flaws, and things. So before you judge someone else, realize you're judging yourself too. And the truth is, we see others how we see ourselves.
Right.
Usually when we find something we don't like about somebody, it's something that we deep down either used to be like or are still like, and we would rather focus on them than ourselves. What do you guys say?
Facts.
Always, she leaves me speechless every time.
I think
when
that's
she
the
goes,
truth. Yeah.
I mean, it's. You're right.
We
like
talk about
with
that
these.
all the time, healed and unhealed.
It's in your I mean, gosh, because both of you have already said everything I was going to say between what Jamie said and between what you said. I'm sitting here like, okay, but you're right. You really shouldn't go and judge people based off of their lack of. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be lacking something that they're looking for.
Come on.
You're not perfect either.
Right.
We're all humans. We all have, like Amber said, we have flaws.
Yeah.
But it's. Don't just necessarily, as soon as you hear that they have this flaw, that they're completely out, because that could be your true soulmate. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just, like Amber said, needed you to give them that push to say, hey, no more smoking. Or maybe they needed you to go and take them off their high horse. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know if you're that perfect match for somebody until you try.
Right.
I'm gonna give y'all an example of some 2 date coaching situations that happened this week, real short. The first person, they've been together for over a year, have not slept together. He's waiting. He's respecting her, and the only problem is that he wants kids and she don't. Now, dying inside because she loves him and misses him terribly, but they're fighting over a baby. And I said, you know what? This is where you can have deal breakers, but you sometimes will get into a situation where you have to compromise some of the things you want. So if his value is he's loyal, he's a king, he's patient, he's good to you. What you're really scared of usually is, I don't want to be a single parent again. I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to go through that alone. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to go through that again. Right? You may have been divorced or been a single mom ever, or dad. You don't ever want to do that again. Your real fear, you got to identify the real fear in it, right?
Yeah.
Is it really true you want to have more kids, or is it you're really just scared of being abandoned, right? So I told her last night, I said, go get your man. You call him right now, and I better get a phone call today. You know I'm talking to you. I told him, I said, go get your man. Yeah. Go get him. Trust me, I'm telling you, you got a 3% chance to find the right person. Go get him and tell him, you know what? I didn't really want to have kids at this point in my life, but you got a choice to make: live without him or have a baby. Which is the worst of two evil? Yes, you can go move on, but she's in love.
And Amber's point to this, you don't even know if it's meant for you to have a baby. You know what I'm saying? It might not be in God's plan.
And I'd be able to.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like you may be, I don't know who she's talking about, but you may be at an age where you can't have kids and don't even know it, or he may not be able to have kids and you don't even know it. So you're living a life in a fear base, and don't live in a fear base. You know what I'm saying? Step out of the box.
People need to talk to therapists about, because when you start talking about big things like kids, that's a huge one. That's not just something you brush under the rug. So there probably is some deep-seated issues in her, maybe some abandonment issues, maybe something else, I don't know, but I would get to the bottom of it, especially if you're in love with the person. You want to give it, at least go speak to a professional,
they're
and see
literally
what's happening.
In love, and it's the one thing they can't compromise on.
Wow.
It's not going to be able, you could talk to a therapist all day, and I endorse that. I think you totally talk to therapists, but at the same time, he wants kids. It's not, those are the kind, would you be willing to adopt? Those sort of things.
But I think you hit the nail on the head. It's the root. Once we get to the root of what is driving our decision, because whatever that root is, I'm here to tell you, is probably problematic. That root is probably at the basis, the fear-based decisions in other things that might be impacting her.
Right.
Their lives in a way that's inconsistent with what they want. Right. So I think you're right, Amber. Unless and until we deal with the root of the issue, that's my auditing analyst coming out, right? It's the root cause. 100. The root cause, because once you get to that, then everything else is going to line up. Whatever that everything else is, whether, like you said, adoption, whether you get to the point where you can't, you feel like you discover that you can't, you'll be at a much healthier space to truck forward. So the root, you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, I mean, this is why therapists always start with your childhood, because it's usually where it starts. But nobody ever thinks about it, because they're like, oh, I was a child when that happened. I'm over that. You're not, like, you really don't realize it. And that's always why they're like, tell me about your childhood. Because there may be even something in there that you didn't even realize was traumatic to you. You may just thought, oh, this is normal. But the therapist is like, no, that's not normal, honey. You shouldn't have to go and spend your day in front of a TV because you got nobody there for you.
I think the biggest thing as a matchmaker is I've just been helping people really, is that really a deal breaker? That's what I've been, stretching on that part, because if he's a little shorter than you like, honey, get over it, get a step stool. That's your man, okay? But the other person I was telling you about real quick, she's like, my kids are grown. Her kids are in their 20s. She's like, I'm not dating anybody with little kids. Oh. Through time, she's like, hey, and I introduced her to this one guy. She's like, I introduced him to my friend, and I didn't, because I know it just the right amount of time. She's gonna reconsider and go, how old's the kid? What's the mom like? Because it's not even about, well, we don't want to deal with this, the baby mama drama, all the drama. But if it's a cute little kid, that's a blessing from God. You know what I mean? So now I'm happy to say that she's given that person another chance, because in the beginning, hell to the no. So all I'm saying is, when you get 80%, which is really good in a relationship, All I'm saying is just look at your deal breakers and ask yourself, are they really deal breakers or is there a root cause?
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. What's the next one?
So, we're talking about why high-achieving women don't find love, As Kadori was saying, she thinks that they don't meet her standards. Amber was saying, they have a lot of mistakes, things that you just want to look past because, like, he smokes, and I think, he might be perfect, you know what I'm saying? This might be Mr. Right here. But, is he reliable? Does he treat me with respect? Is this really Mr. Right here? Is he there emotionally when I need him? Not just physically. Like, I don't just need you for sex. I can get sex anywhere. This is 2021. It's like I need to emotionally. Does he make you feel safe? Does he give you that safe space that you're supposed to have?
Right.
That place where I can just literally take the weight off my shoulders and just say everything that I want to say,
Yes.
Does he make you feel like that? Or, the real challenge is that people are generally pretty bad at knowing what they really, really want. They especially knowing what, we all like, why? It's really finding out, it's that self-love journey. You gotta figure out why you're wanting a relationship, why you're wanting somebody, what is your actual goals in your goals in life in reality, because is your goal to be with somebody and find love, or is your goal money? I mean, really.
And it sounds like what you're saying is they're perfect on paper.
Yeah, they're perfect on paper.
And I say that before I introduce somebody. Y'all are perfect on paper.
But
But you got to see if there's chemistry.
Exactly. Are we that match? Are you that?
Do they make you feel the way? It's all about the way somebody makes you feel.
Right.
That's why the 5 love languages are so important. 5lovelanguages.com. Take that, learn your anger language, your apology language, and call into the show, guys. If y'all have a story, 866-479-8752. We got a free trip. And we got an autographed copy of my new book, How My Kitty Betrayed Me.
Absolutely.
But I agree with you. So many times where it's not about, is it more important to be a power couple? Because we have status. But what if one of y'all loses your status? So what's going to happen to your relationship then?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get on Facebook. And fake the phone. A relationship is not one of the places you should fake it till you make it. Okay? Kadori, what's the next one? What do you think why high achieving women are not finding love out here?
I think they're just searching for the value, in a relationship. And when you were talking earlier about the degrees, if somebody has a degree and this person doesn't have one, or they have a low degree and the person has a master's or something like that, I think that it's always going to be those underlying things. Like, we even had somebody on the show one time, and they was like, I don't like being alone. I don't like how it feels to be alone at night. So she was talking about how she have all these men in and out of her life, and she can't find anybody. But she's saying, I don't want to be alone.
It's because
you just
don't
want,
lie, though.
Yeah, you just want somebody there, but you don't really care who it is. That's why you keep attracting all these men. I mean, in a relationship like 3-6 months, then they're gone. But she said, I don't think we're meant to be alone. I don't like sleeping alone at night. So she's attracting all this stuff.
That's somebody who's codependent.
That's
so.
That's when you
goes to it.
When you can look at people in those two categories,
yes,
I swear to you, it will give you peace like never before.
Yes.
I'm telling you, because
you will not take it personal.
What she was just saying, and the only reason I can definitely say that's somebody that's codependent is because she was describing me when I was just a few years ago. That was me. I got into a relationship just because I needed somebody there,
to
just
confirm I'm okay.
Whether it was good or a bad. Like, I stayed in some toxic ass relationships just because I was like, my bed's not empty. You know what I mean? Even though I feel
next to Satan,
and even though I feel like I'm alone, but my bed's not empty. Physically, there's somebody there. And so that's why. Yeah, that's somebody who really needs healing. Healing is, most important. You got to find that self-love because you don't love yourself. When you're doing it, you just don't love yourself.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jamie? What do you want to add to this?
Oh yeah, I absolutely 110% agree, and I've been there too. Like, as long as I had someone, and for me that looked like the filling the void of not even to this day knowing who my father is, right? So as long as I had the love of a man, as toxic, as emotionally abusive as they may have been, and I may have been to them, so what? I had someone,
right?
But God. When you're healed,
that's
right? And what that looked like for me is being accountable for the choices, the good ones and the not so good ones.
Right.
going to my therapy, forgiving myself for the things that I did not do and I did do, and the things that I did not know to do.
That part.
That's right.
And always, 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 you all putting God first. And what that looks like for me is staying in His presence. Because see, without Him, I'd rather go back.
Right.
Somebody.
Exactly. Exactly. My whole bag's still packed. All I gotta do is grab it.
I unpacked mine, however, but that's what that healing, like the practical things, that's what it looks like to me. So I absolutely, you all agree. And I appreciate and love the vulnerability and the authenticity of this conversation.
I mean, but that's exactly what we do here. We said it yesterday on our show, for those of you who didn't get to watch, we were talking about how everything that we tell you, everything that we teach you here is just stuff that we've all been through. Every single one of us, between our guests to our co-hosts to Amber herself, like, I know me too, everything that I preach on, it's just because I've been there. I've done it, and I can see the signs. I've seen myself. I finally learned how to become self-aware. I became self-aware and learned how to fix those things. And now that I'm healed, as Amber says, you can tell. You see the signs of unhealed and you see the signs of healed.
It's our responsibility as humanity and as believers, and even if you're not a believer, now that we're healed, it's our responsibility to reach back and help others get healed too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's just about telling people to find their way. Find God, like find Him.
Go ahead, sorry.
It's not, because to me, it's not about religion. I don't want to put that on the table, because finding God is not about religion.
Right.
Finding God is about your spirit.
Come on.
Okay, it's about being spiritually connected to God.
Yeah.
Okay, religion has nothing to do with it, because as we all know here, I know Amber's Christian. I'm Muslim, you know what I'm saying? Like, I follow completely different rules, but we both see God.
Come on.
And we both see the same thing. God talks to us, both of us, and tells us exactly how to spread His message through the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about religion. Don't put religion into this. It's about your spirit and being spiritually connected to God.
Amen.
Or a higher power. I know people from all over the world, so there's some people that don't even believe in Allah or God or Jesus.
Right. Some people don't want to say, people don't, they don't want to put a name on it, because putting a name on it is saying that you believe in one thing. Exactly. It's a label. It's about a higher power. And I mean, to me, that's more or less, what I believe. I practice Islam, you know what I'm saying, to have guidelines. Because to me, that's what religion is. It's guidelines. It's just whatever guidelines fit you best. As long as, but spiritually speaking, I believe that there is a higher power. I can't say that it's Allah or it's Jesus or it's whatever you worship. I just believe that there's a higher power that's created all of this. And as long as we live our best life by trying to spread love and not hate, we are living for God.
Well, physics proves it.
Karma.
Come on.
Exactly.
The first law of physics, nothing out of nothing is nothing. Therefore, a Big Bang cannot happen.
Right.
Creation has to happen. It's really called the Big Bang. So I got into science to really help me confirm my spirituality. Because it got so hard at one point. I'm like, God, do you hate me? Do you hear me?
Right.
Are you still there? And the thing is that the teacher's always quiet during the test.
Yes.
You learn all these things. But I have a new shirt coming out too, y'all. And it's called No More Build-A-Boos, okay? Because that's the thing is, yes, I agree with you, Jamie. We definitely have to reach back and help our brothers and sisters come out of that purple place. But you got to only help people that are ready and willing.
That part right there.
Otherwise, you're just an enabler.
You can't because I can't tell you how many times in life, from whether it be relationships or drugs or alcoholism or any hard time, depression, you cannot help somebody until they're wanting to be helped. If you try to pull them out and try to force them out, they're going to resent you more and go deeper in.
Well, the reason why you can't help anybody is because you're not in that person's body.
Right.
You can't feel what anybody else is feeling. Even if you know some of the circumstances that they've been through, they still have to dig deep within themselves and face those fears and know that hurt and cry, like bottom themselves out to build themselves back up. That's something each individual person has to do.
Amen. Yes, because everybody struggles different. We could have gone through the same somewhat struggle. We both could we could be both orphans.
Yeah.
But our whole struggle could be completely different. The way I feel inside. Because
Exactly.
I could still feel loved by like foster parents and stuff, but I still have this empty hole because, I didn't meet my parents or whatever. And you could just feel an empty hole because your foster parents didn't love you. You didn't know your parents. But you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You don't know anybody else's struggle. We could literally be walking on the same road and have two different struggles.
Sure could be.
All right, guys, and the last reason that I think
Oh.
that you hoes are single is
Oh.
because y'all hoe. No, I'm just kidding. We're talking about the high value women today. I really think that high value women are, this last one is single, is because you truly fall in love with potential.
Yeah.
You are living in a fantasy island. You literally are, you've dreamed up, well, see, Disney done screwed us up from the beginning, first of all.
Thank you.
Disney, okay?
Prince Charming.
Snow White.
Prince Charming.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the ugly sisters, but not that part.
She just ain't found her frog yet. You know what I'm saying?
You know, my sisters are handsome. But I'm just saying that.
What?
Sorry. I did get the big feet like the sisters though, you know. But I kid. But, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's because we are delusional. We fall in love with what we have this, when we meet somebody, we are, in the beginning of the relationship, that is when it is infatuation.
Yes.
Lust and love look a lot alike, guys. And that's your real reason you're single, is because lust and love look a lot alike. Love is selfless. Lust is ego-based, right?
Right.
And so when you get to the second part of the relationship, when you get to the disillusionment phase and you find out, okay, I don't like your mom, I don't like the way you are a slob. I mean, you get into that part, they're not Prince Charming. That's when people usually say, oh, screw you next, because we're a microwave mentality. But if you can get through that disillusion phase and get to the negotiation phase, then you actually have a chance to make it.
Right.
But the problem is y'all can't get out of the disillusionment with who you thought they were. And that's why you keep fighting, because you are trying to make a grown man be your daddy or who you thought he was, or some fantasy island version. Get out of the fantasy island.
Right.
Let it go. Let go of the fantasy island that you thought your life was going to be. Let go of the fantasy island of the person you thought he was going to be, or the husband, and get into reality. And like Jamie said, self-aware and accountability. If you keep lying to yourself,
Come on.
how do you ever expect to get the truth from anyone else? Like attracts like. And you're like, I'm a good person. I can't help I'm attracting liars. You attracted it.
Right.
Because you're not healed there. That's God's way to show you where you have room to work on.
That's right.
Oh, absolutely.
Drop the mic on him.
Where's my mic to drop? I got some paper. Boom!
And everybody has something. So I just want to let the men and the women know that everybody has something that has happened to them in their life, possibly their childhood. And I just want to let everybody know it's not your fault what happened to you.
Amen.
But it is up to you to turn it around from that point on. Like, you're not allowed to sit and live your life in that pity party stage, that stage where you don't feel worth anything because of what somebody else did or did not do. Now it's your turn to take the reins, take your own life now, and make it whatever you want to make it.
Come on.
Love will never be enough
Yes.
to make somebody change.
Man.
Oh, no.
Marrying a man won't change him.
Nope.
Having a baby with him won't change him. You know how a man changes? When he damn well wants
Change
to.
himself.
A man is loyal when he wants to.
Listen.
A man is that man when he wants
change
to.
it. That's it.
I want y'all to go do some homework today, and I want y'all to go ahead and retrain yourself from not thinking how our older generations used to think, and saying that love is enough, that we can do anything on love itself. Bullshit. I'm sorry. I want you to stop thinking that and start thinking that I'm enough.
Come on.
I can do this all on my own.
Yes.
I love myself, and I don't need anybody else to love me.
Yes.
I would like somebody to share this love with me.
Yes.
I don't need somebody to share this love with me.
Need.
Exactly.
Do not say you need people, because you really don't need them, because when you say that and they leave you, that's when people bottom out. So you don't need anybody. You need Jesus, but you
stay in a neutral place. That's all, the law of attraction we talk about all the time.
Yes.
But the real part of the manifesting is believing, staying in gratitude. But the other part is staying neutral. It's okay if it comes. It's okay if it goes.
Right.
Anything you have to have in order to be happy, the enemy will and can use against you. Jamie, final thoughts?
Facts. Wow, powerful. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I was in it. Sorry, Amber. You cut me off.
She be doing that, right?
I was leaning into it. I was about to take some notes in my book.
And that's how I feel too. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You coming to me now? I was just writing that. You done? Oh, man.
Jamie's like, I was watching the show.
I was into the show.
I love it.
Like God used me, like God used me, like God used me, like God used everyone here, guys, because at the end of the day, real attracts real, fake attracts fake. You're not going to feel like you fit into this world when you have a divine calling. And that's okay. It's okay to stand out, but it's okay to not need anything. Yeah, you can want it. God will give you the desires of your heart, but anything you put before God, that relationship, that job, that money, anything you put before God, anything, that's your God. Yeah. And that is why you are single as a high value woman. You might be so far on your career path that you forgot who gave it to you. You done forgot who gave you the mind.
Come on.
The ideas.
Come on.
The dream. You forgot.
Yeah.
You think you did it. Hilarious. You know, if you don't need supernatural favor to achieve your goals, honey, think bigger. Think bigger. Think bigger. That's why you can't do it in your own strength because your human mind will limit the way it can be done.
Limits all the time.
But when you take the lid off and you go, you know what, God, and I told Jacob this yesterday. Every day I live in this attitude. I'm expecting a supernatural favor today.
Come on.
I'm expecting a miracle every day. I expect it, but I'm okay. And okay, I am truly okay if it comes, whatever. When it's your turn to metaphorically pick up your cross and live for God and do your thing, it's your time. God didn't say you were going to be rich or famous. That's you. That's your ego. You need that. God don't need that. He needs you to do what He's called you to do.
That's right.
All right, guys. Well, we got to get out of here. I could talk for another 3 hours on this subject because as someone who, like Jamie, like you guys, I had to overcome shame.
Yes.
I wrote this book in 2015. It is 2021. I'm just now putting it out for sale.
Yeah.
That is how long shame kept me trapped. Because you know what? If I tell the message, I'm going to help somebody.
Come on.
But as long as the enemy could keep me trapped in shame, I won't help no one.
That's what the enemy want to do. This is called testimonies. Like the people that maybe more judgmental, they love the Bible, they love the Word of God. But guess what? We wouldn't have a Bible if people didn't share their testimonies. Guess what? Their testimonies is their life. That Bible is testimonies. That's their life. That's their mistakes. That's their shame. That's everything that they put out there in order to help you and me. So you got to live your dream, live your purpose, but do not be held back by shame, because that's what's going to get you to the next level, and that's what's going to help somebody else.
Come on.
You're only as sick as your secrets, guys.
Yes.
You know, and really quickly, because we are out of time, but I just want to emphasize on this point really quickly how she's sitting here saying that, you know what, I'll just tell you in the afterthoughts. How about that? Y'all guys are going to have to catch it on the afterthoughts. I sure did it. Tune into the afterthoughts. I got you.
Jamie, how do people get in touch with you and support everything you have going on, your beautiful soul?
Absolutely. Please follow me on my Instagram on that capacity, on my Facebook page. I'm on Instagram as Jamie, and that's JAMIE Wright, WRIGHT, speaker. Spread love, hope, joy, y'all. Thank you for having me on the show, y'all.
Thank you for coming. It's always such a wonderful joy having you here.
We love it.
You know, I love
absolutely.
it. More often.
Yes, absolutely.
Miss Kadori.
Everything is at Kadori Brand, CADORIBRAND.
All right, guys, and for more information, if you want to be on the show, if you want to become a friend of the show, if you want to F with us in any capacity, hit me up at amberneal.com, and we'll be back tomorrow for the Sexy Single Sofa.
Absolutely. We have Nicole coming on that Sexy Single Sofa tomorrow, and for all of you who want to be featured on our Sexy Single Sofa, hit us up on the Matchmaker Hotline, or any of you who need relationship advice, looking for love, looking for ideas of things to do.
Develop a show.
Exactly. Call the Matchmaker Hotline, 866-479-8752, toll free, 24 hours a day, whatever you need, we got you. We're looking out for you. It's a new resource for you. Also, check out our Facebook page at The Amber Neal Show. And coming soon, we're going to be having the Matchmaker Hotline come live on our YouTube, so keep an eye out for that.
And a brand new website coming.
Absolutely. We will see y'all tomorrow for this. Oh yeah. And of course, thank you to our sponsor, marriedate.com. For all you couples out there looking for great things to do, check us out. The events are live. It's so much fun. I know zip line's coming up. We got so many great outdoor activities to do for y'all guys. So check us out. Thank you, Married Date, for sponsoring the show today. That's MARRIDATE.com. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for that Sexy Single Sofa.
See ya.
Live from Houston, Texas, it's the go-to girl, professional comedian, TV producer, and founder of MarriedDate.com. It's millionaire matchmaker, Amber
Hey guys, it's your girl Matchmaker Amber Neal. Man, I love working Women's Wednesday with Kadori and DJ Houston. Today we had a really special guest, Jamie R. Wright. I love her. I've got her shirt on today, and I don't know if you can see the back. Boom, there you go. All right, guys, for more information, y'all check her out. I mean, I love having her on the show. I might have to ask her to be on my co-host, because I love when she's here. But today, guys, we were talking about why high-value women really stay single, and it really, a lot of it is your search criteria. It is really your search criteria that keeps you single. You got to really get in there and dig and find out the root of why you feel like you have to have those different things in order for it to be the perfect mate. Those things will keep you in a fantasy island. And the biggest thing about it is going on the self-love journey will get you to the healthy place to where you attract healthy. Because I'm telling you, when you're healed and unhealed, you recognize an unhealed person. And that's the thing. It's not like Jamie said in the show. It's not about them being clowns. You know, I'm a comedian, so I joke around about it. But at the end of the day, we're all God's children, and He loves us all the same. And so we have an obligation to reach back and help somebody. But don't let that trap you into a build-a-boo situation where you're trying to help them more than you're trying to help yourself. So rescuing grown-ass men is not hot, ladies. Know your worth, know that you are enough, and know that once you get out of the shame of why you feel like you keep attracting these people, you got to forgive yourself. Get to a place of peace and understand one thing. If someone cost you your peace, it's too damn expensive. High value has more to do with just money. Check their spirit first, check their walk with God, and see if they're a true servant leader. Otherwise, tell them to bump it on down.
Hey y'all, hey, it's Jamie R. Wright. Listen, I had just had the most amazing Wednesday on Working Women's Wednesday at the Amber Neal Show today. You all, the topic of discussion was why high achieving women do not find love. I don't know that I can add any more that wasn't already said in the show other than to reiterate my sincere, absolute appreciation for being a part of the conversation today with DJ Houston, Kadori, and the Amber Neal. My appreciation for Amber's book that she sold into my life. Thank you, Amber. Y'all, check it out, okay? Because it's going to be amazing. It's how my kitty portrayed myself. I'm not going to speak too much more to that because I have church members on my Facebook page. Want to give a quick shout out to my stylist / friend, Camorio. Camorio, I love you. Thank you for the earrings, y'all. Find Camorio Crisp on Instagram and Facebook. Again, thank you, DJ Houston. Thank you, Kadori, and thank you, Amber, for allowing me to have a part in this dynamic conversation today. Happy Wednesday, y'all.
Hi, everyone. It's Kadori, and I just always have a blast on our Working Women Wednesdays with Amber Neal and DJ Houston. And today we had a great guest, Jamie R. Wright. She's a speaker. She promotes domestic violence to help the women heal. She's an overachiever in my book, but I love her. She's a kind, nice person as well. So today we were talking about why high achieving women can't find love or don't find love. I think that one of the reasons is because they probably still have some things in them that are not healed yet, and they just need to do a little bit more self-work, because you can actually manifest that great guy to come along. So do a little bit more manifesting, a little bit more self-healing, and attract the love that you want.
What's up? It was another beautiful Wednesday with a bunch of beautiful ladies I was surrounded by today. I mean, for being a gay man, I sure do love being around the ladies, you know what I'm saying? And that's some beautiful ones today. We had a very special guest, Miss Jamie R. Wright. I absolutely love her. I remember the first day that I got to meet her over at Amber's Date in the City, which is coming up in November, for those of you who didn't know. But I got to hear her speaking against domestic violence, and it really touched my heart, you know, to hear her story, to hear everything that she's gone through, to hear how she's put her shame behind her. So, you know, I want to touch on something on the show that we talked about today about why high-achieving women can't find love. And I honestly, what I really feel that I didn't say on the show is that you women are too snobby. Once you get to this level of success, you just think your shit don't stink, and it does. It really does. So you sit here like, you know what? You gonna do exactly how I say, or nothing at all. You may be a boss at work, but you ain't gonna be the boss of my life. You know what I'm saying? So get off your high horse, get back down to where you were, because you weren't always up there. I mean, if you have a silver spoon in your mouth when you were born, lucky for you. But for the people who really want love, they're looking for that real person who can sit there and be on the same level as them, but not be treated as they're not on the same level. So for those of you who are big bosses like that, please, please, please remember, they're your spouse. They're your equal partner. They're not your employee. So get off that high horse. Remember, they're not your employee. They're your spouse.